You know, you want to be able to see your pretty blues.
Baby blues.
Baby blues.
It's Sunday night and you're about to watch Tarot Nice to Meet You, the show featuring live tarot reading for comedians by, other comedians. Here are your hosts, Carly Smallman and Sarah Iles.
Hey, Tarot! Nice to meet you!
Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody. It's our first show. Welcome. My name is Carly. This is, someone's watching from Florida. Fantastic.
Oh,
wow.
Hello, Mike.
I feel very fancy. Mike, we're just in South London, broadcasting live. I should probably mention before we start, my name's Carly. This is Sarah.
Hello.
We are comedians and we also bloody love tarot reading.
Lovely.
Do not fear about this. We're actually in a support bubble.
So it's okay to be this dangerously close.
Don't worry about like commenting on us. Like, guys, we're really worried about you. Oh, the funny mummy. She's a brilliant comedian. She's tuning in. Hello. Welcome. Tarot. Oh, I need to get better at that. Tarot, guys.
Tarot.
Well, let's cue you in. We've got a brilliant show this evening. About 40 minutes of witchery, tarot, and comedy. What's going to be happening is we are comedians, and we're going to be reading the tarot of another comedian.
Hey.
And just having a general catch up and a chat because things have been
shit.
They've been shit and lonely.
Shit.
No, we don't need an excuse to drink, people.
Yes,
but if you're having a drink, please join us. Cheers. So Sarah, how's the week been, babe?
Pretty shit. Yeah, pretty shit.
What's
Someone
been shit?
someone smacked the wing mirror off my car in Tesco. So that was quite challenging.
We will do a hex on them live in the show.
Yes, we will. So they're going to be dead shortly. No kidding.
We'll be murdering a guy from Tesco's later on in the show. What we will be doing later on in the show, though, we'd love to get your comments. Later on in the show, we're going to be asking the cards to solve a problem of yours, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've got a problem, no matter how big or how small, please leave a comment and we will be asking the cards for their advice. So that'll be hopefully good and
it will be good.
It will be good.
Yeah, so if you've got like a real dilemma or you're not really sure what to do, where am I going with my life? Should I have sex this week? Should I not? Do we know?
Is my vagina open or closed for business? I might ask that.
That's
I
a
don't
good
even
question.
know half the time.
That's a good
I
question.
don't know how I feel about it all.
Yeah.
We're going to ask the card and we're going to also ask our guests. So
we are.
You can choose whose advice to take. Obviously, we are choosing the tarot magic. And speaking of our guests, we should probably introduce her, shouldn't we, Sarah?
It's not all about us.
It is. No, our guest this week, we are very, very excited to have her. She is a stand-up comedian, absolutely brilliant. I've watched her many times. She's also a YouTuber with over 16,000 subscribers. She's a very funny lady. She has lots of hour-long specials on YouTube, which are all 5 stars, and I can vouch for how great they are. Her name is Diane Spencer. Diane, welcome to the show!
Hello!
Tarot, nice to meet you, Di. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you two gorgeous ladies?
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
We can't wait to get magical with you. You're looking very witchy tonight, Di.
You are.
Thank you. I've got my wee ruffled shirt and I've got some kind of magic candle if you want to set fire to things.
Yes.
I love a fire.
Should we start with a spell? Do you want to light the candle and set an intention, Di?
If you like.
I mean, your face otherwise.
Your face is saying no.
Your face was saying no.
Look at how tanned you are. Like, I don't adjust your screens. This is what I look like.
What is Sandra Pay setting?
Diane has got very light skin, but I don't know what her computer's done because it's normally. You're
white.
glowing, Di. Literally glowing. Radiate white light.
Maybe you should light the candle and just get a little bit of.
Okay. So
yeah, just a little bit of a there we
on
go.
behalf of everybody's vote. Oh, this is turning into a bit of ASMR. No wanking.
Why do you think we started this show?
Yeah, we didn't say that was.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
Oh, very nice, Janice. Hello, Janice. Tarot.
We need to get better at this. Tarot.
It's getting witchy now, guys. It's all kicking off. You've got a redhead that's just lit a candle. I mean, I used to get burnt at the stake by these things. But...
Right, there's not going to be a virgin in sight tonight now.
Not on this show. Not on this show, guys.
Maybe we
Sorry.
should.
I love that bit when you were talking about your vaginas being open.
It's not all
Pause.
It's all about whores and virgins tonight, guys. We're talking all things tarot, but also we're quite interested in things that are like otherworldly, spiritual, and magical. So, Diane, for a first segment, which I am liking to call brief encounters, it's like close encounters, but just briefer, shorter. We like brevity. Is it the soul of wit? I don't know. That's a quote, I think. So, Di, for your brief encounter, what we would like to know is, have you ever had anything magical or spooky happen to you? Like, have you ever seen a ghost or had a cool coincidence?
Yes. Once I didn't know where any alcohol was, and then I heard a noise, and I opened the cupboard, and there was all of it, and I was like,
was it calling to you?
Whoever did that. I mean, I could blame it on a mouse, but
was it like a ghostly noise, or was it just the boom?
I like to think I just manifested a bottle of vodka. It's
impressive.
Oh, so it wasn't even there; it just appeared.
I thought I had none in the house. No. Come on, let's be serious. A brief encounter with a spooky thing. No, I tend to be, because I'm one of the soulless who walk the earth.
Your hair color, or just your like
just born without one.
I mean, look, no blood, no soul. Don't need it. Never did.
Well, it looks great on you. I mean, it does. It suits you.
You too can look like this if you live under a rock.
That is appealing. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Ghosts don't bother me. I don't think they know I exist.
I actually have a ghost story. I wasn't actually going to plan to say this. When I lived at university, we lived in a shared house, and we had a ghost cat. And we didn't have a cat. Our neighbours either side didn't have a cat, and yet every night we would hear a cat with a bell on its collar running up and down the stairs. Either that, or a cat was getting into our house somehow. We don't know.
Was it just the bell you were hearing?
We were hearing the footsteps of a cat and like a cat's jingling bell.
Okay.
Especially when you're a student and you're high as a kite all day long.
I know. I mean, you obviously didn't.
No. What would you say? We've got a question from Jen. What would you say is the most sexually positive tarot card?
Oh, sexually positive.
Well, I suppose the devil is pretty. Yes, sexy. Or no, do you know who I want to fuck?
Who do you want to fuck?
The Knight of Wands. I was going to say, I think he's really
classic
hot.
Knight of
Sarah,
Wands.
keep them busy while I find him in my deck.
Keep them busy.
Who you want to fuck?
Who I want to fuck? Well, obviously we agreed it was the Knight of Wands, but I mean, Diane, if you could fuck anyone through the tarot cards, who would you like?
I actually gave Diane a deck, so she knows quite a lot about the cards.
Oh God! Oh, I didn't realise they were porn. Hang on. I mean,
it can be anything that you want to be. Hence why we said earlier, if you wanted to ask any question, it can be along the lines of what is the most sexually charged.
I can't find the man in my life. This is quite.
Well, there's the Knight of. Was it not the Knight of? Oh no, that's the Knight of Coins. We don't want.
I've lost him.
I've lost him. Well, just like any typical man, you can't find him when you want him.
Basically, he's got a great, big, tall, hard wand, and I think that that's wonderful. I should probably explain. I'm rifling through my tarot cards. Let me show you my really nice deck. Tonight, we are using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Let me get it into the camera. This is my favourite. It's the one that Sarah's very jealous of. I bought this as a treat for myself in lockdown. Yes, it's really cool. Look at the backs; they're so pretty. And the fronts it's by Lo Scarabeo or Lo Scarabeo if you're from South London. There we go.
Which we are. So
Which we are from South London.
But yeah, so that's because there are loads of different decks that you can use. Like when tarot, when you start to become a tarot reader or you're interested in it, there's loads of different decks that you can read from. So we only really use the Rider Waite ones because those are the ones that we prefer. And this is by far the prettiest deck that you can get. So I'm sure the Knight of Wands looks sensational on this deck.
Why can't I find him?
That's what Diane's got.
I'm really annoyed that I can't find him because he really does look fuckable.
Well, no, he's a typical man. He's like shown his interest and now he's fucked up.
He's run away.
Sexist. You can't throw sexist comments out like that.
Why not?
Sarah,
I mean straight men.
She doesn't hate all men.
I really don't.
Hashtag not all men.
Oh, so Jenna said for her it's the star, one's connection to the divine. Oh, that's a way better answer than we have.
We were just talking about
Jen.
who has the biggest penis in the deck. This guy, this guy's kind of sexy. We've got the devil. Let me move that back.
Yeah,
which is all about the kind of negative sex.
That's kind of like addiction, and you're sort of tied to it.
That's like when you're in your 20s and you just want men to fancy you so you just ban them and and it's harmful to yourself. Just me.
Okay. Hashtag just you.
Here he is.
Oh, she's found
Sorry,
him.
I will.
You can't really see his face.
That's a good.
Classic
Also,
man baguette. Lovely.
What do you think of him?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Wouldn't say no.
Wouldn't say no. Shan't say no.
Shan't say no.
Shall we get into the reading?
Yeah, I think we should.
Because sorry, this has taken a turn that we didn't expect. Everybody.
No, we didn't really.
It's our first show, so you need to excuse us. If we go off on a tangent, we're still very much finding our way.
We really, and we know that we might be a bit more structured next week.
Yeah, and please leave your feedback unless it's really bad, in which case don't leave any feedback. So we're going to get into the reading. So Diane, have you ever had your tarot read before?
I have had my tarot read a couple of times. Obviously you, my lovely friend Carly, you've done it for me before. I did. My sister's done me a couple, and I went to a fair once where this woman read my tarot, but she ended up just giving me dietary advice, which I thought.
Was it like, did you have an allergy or something like that, and she was giving you guidance on what?
Did you ask about the food allergy?
Yeah.
No, God, no. I mean, I was just sat there choking on some popcorn, and she just says, "Don't eat that." No.
Right.
She's literally just dealing out cards, just going, do you eat a lot of potatoes?
Do you eat a lot of potatoes?
No more than the average person, I would say. I mean, I have the occasional potato before bed, don't we all? Yeah.
So, Diane. So I would say that's something in her favour.
Not everyone's a fan. We're not big fans of potatoes.
No, but neither of us actually love potato.
No, really not fans.
So yes, as we're sidetracking.
Anyway, so we want to do. So what we're going to do each week is we're going to do a live reading for a comedian, and we like to. So how we like to use the cards is we actually like to use them as guidance. So sort of like a tool for not life coaching. That seems a bit.
No, I want to coach your life, Diane. You need help. We're here for you.
And we're going to help you with the cards to tell you what you should do, basically.
Yeah, so what we're going to do each week is we're going to do a 3-card reading, and we are going to ask the cards for advice for Diane in the week to come. Yes. And then Diane can always give us feedback if she wants to, and we can let you know.
So this is my next week.
Well, Jen, great question. Are you using reversals? Thank you, Jen. Personally, I don't like to use reversals.
No, we don't like. Not a fan.
We like how. There's enough information.
Should we actually explain? So a reversal is actually when you draw the cards and they're upright. So we read them upright. So a reversal is when it's upside down. So usually when someone shuffles the cards, they can move.
Bad dick for you. This dick is bad for you. This dick, sexy dick, bad dick for you.
Maybe we should read reversals. So yeah, we actually don't read the bad dick side. We actually just read the good dick side. So that's just something that each person does depending on what they want to do as a tarot reader. So both of us are very similar, and we don't read reversals, and we just find it easier to read it this way and more direct, and that's just our personal preference. Yeah. So that's what you won't see. So we won't be reading any reversals when we do this.
Cool. Let's keep it funny though and stop talking. Let's do. No, it's good. It's good information. No, because there are people watching who read the tarot. Jen genuinely wanted to know.
Tarot people on here.
Well, it would be nice, wouldn't it? If there were genuine tarot. Right, Diane, what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the deck. And, strength. Oh, look at her there. I love her. We're going to shuffle the deck, and you can just say when. Say when.
Okay.
Hi, Gwen.
I'm pretending I'm shuffling.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
And when?
Fabulous. You can't see the table, but we'll hold up the cards.
Okay, do you want me to hold up?
Okay, so
the first one, yeah?
Yeah, okay, right, so Diane. No, it's good. Let's do the first card.
So the first card is the 3 of Pentacles.
Or coins. I like to call it 3 of coins.
I'm a wanker, so
Are you a wanker?
Pentacles, yeah.
The 3 of coins. So Diane, let's hold the card up so you can all see. We've got a little card on the bottom.
Okay, so I'm indoors. I'm holding a falcon.
In front of 2 random people.
It looks like we're doing some DIY. This is great. Okay, good. So home improvements, that's what we're doing?
Almost. So I like to call this card the teamwork makes the dream work card.
Oh, yeah, collaboration.
So yeah, this card is all about collaboration. It's about work as well, like working with others.
Usually on like sort of projects together, so that you're using each other's expertise. So like if you've got an expertise in one area, then you can collaborate better with someone who maybe has a different skill and at different levels as well.
Yeah. So someone who like you think is like a newbie might be able to like really give you some good insight,
like an open spot on the circuit.
Yeah. So it's about your workmates. So Di, tell us the gossip about the people that you work with in the comedy circuit. Do you reckon they might be any good to you, or maybe not really?
Well, they're currently all locked in their houses, drinking themselves to death.
Yeah, we are.
Cheers, Carol. Like, you got any good stories about being in the green room or car trips with comedians? So for those of you who don't know, when you're on the comedy circuit, you're often having to share long car journeys with others. No names. If it's going to be in the Insta.
Okay, right. I could do one where I name no names.
Oh yeah,
no names.
We arrive at this gig. It's like a 4-hour drive. We're all exhausted. It's like one of these really posh gigs that's run by this middle class, like husband and wife. I secretly think that this couple are swingers because they've got like this big posh house in the middle of the countryside and they put on these comedy gigs. And you know when like posh people hug each other and they're a bit too, and you're like there's too much touch already.
Triggered by this.
So yeah, but I'll go anywhere I'm being paid, so give a shit. So we arrive there and one of the acts, so I've driven the car, there's 3 other acts, there's 4 beers. 4 acts, 4 beers. One act drinks every single beer.
No.
Right? Yeah, but he does it like lightning.
This is an alcoholic. Cool.
We get to the end of, he's closing as well. So we get to the end of like,
selfish.
Yes.
Bastard.
Okay. So yeah, sounds bastard.
Yeah, 4 beers in 30 minutes. I mean, that's 7 minutes a beer. So he's on it.
Yeah.
So as soon as he finishes, I walk off stage and I don't know, I'm one of these people where if I think there's an injustice happening, I'll probably say it out loud. It means that I'm not necessarily that popular. So I sort of came out and I went, there were 4 beers here. Did you drink every single beer? Did you drink everybody else's beer? And sort of everybody else in the green room went like, oh God. And he was like, yeah, sorry, I'll buy it for other people. I was like, yeah, well, I just think it would be nice because you just drank everybody else's drink. But what but every time he goes to the bar, he's getting like 2 or 3 drinks for him. And I realize, halfway through the night, like when he goes up on stage, he's fucked. Like he's just got, and he's slurring his words, and he kind of, like part of his muscle memory kicks in and he manages to do his set. But he's the only one that I've got to take all the way into central London. And it's like it's a long journey, right?
Yeah.
And then I think I've got to get him back. And he's like, oh, my last train is at, I don't know, let's say midnight. And I'm like, oh my God, we have to drive like I'm going lightning to make your last train. But he is so wankered. He starts like lolling around the car. He starts singing. He starts falling asleep, and literally, like his head is like this, falling down onto my fucking lap. And I'm like, okay,
hello.
I'm not even pretending, like straight.
Wow, straight in there.
Wow.
Nothing.
I didn't even buy you a drink.
No, I don't even ask for a drink anymore. I just put them straight in the lap.
Hi guys. So
what happened?
So what happened was I'm driving as fast as I can, and let's call him Barry, right? His name was not Barry, but I'm going to call him Barry.
I'll give him a Barry then.
Yeah.
Right.
One Barry on the street.
So
it's like literally one Barry.
No, he's not Barry. He's not that Barry.
Let's call him
Let's
Barry.
call Barry.
That's who it was.
We've got Barry on the phone right now.
So he keeps on, and I start going, Barry, wake up! Like I like just yelling at him. I wind down the window, and he was lolling around. Then he goes, I need to stop. So we stop. All right. I said, okay, be quick, because we're going to make your last train, because we've, be quick. I lose him in the services. When I find him, the motherfucker's gone and got a cheese toasty, and he's just like stood there just drunkenly like trying to eat this cheese toasty. I'm like, fuck face, we're driving for you to get the train. sorry, I just realized the card was about teamwork or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how this relates. It's about teamwork makes the dream work, but obviously the dream wasn't working for you that night.
No, this was not.
I'm very vested in like the schedule of this.
Yeah, but what happened was, right? So he then gets back in my car and he's so drunk, the cheese toasty starts like it's going to take a nosedive.
And that didn't end up in your lap as well.
Oh my God, mashing a cheese toasty into your fanny. I feel like you need the guidance. Is the list closed?
What's the list?
What list?
So
what list? Also, Ariana Grande is watching the show. I don't know, Gwen.
What's the list?
I should have started drinking before we started reading Diane.
No, I don't think there was.
I love our audience though. They're off the chain. Ariana Grande asking where the
I
list
know where the
is.
list is. I bet she knows Barry, eh?
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Cheese toasty.
Everyone knows Barry.
This toasty was in the car, falling down.
So I lose all sympathy with this dude. He's done this himself. And I could see him like going, and I slammed on the brakes, and he flew backwards. And then he was like, "Oh, that was a bit." I was like, "Cheese toasty, Barry!" And and then as we're driving, it just gets worse. He starts saying weird misogynist stuff because he's so drunk. He starts saying about how women are the biggest problem in his life, and we're all evil.
We are.
Well, I'm not going to disprove that right now.
Yeah, women are the issue.
Yeah.
We get to the train station, but I know we've missed the last train. But he has been such an inconsiderate nightmare. I say, right, we're here, you better go. And he just doesn't really move or do anything. So I get out my car, I walk around, and this is why I think you need to work out when you can. And I unbuckled his seat and I lifted this man like a proper like out of the car.
We need Diane.
No, I know. Oh my God. Maybe you shouldn't be working with others.
So we've decided that from the first thing. Diane needs to work alone.
Yes, I mean the guidance was that maybe consider collaboration, but I think we just throw that card
collaboration.
away.
Hang on, consider collaboration, but only with people who don't nuzzle your crotch and eat cheese. Lift them.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to manhandle them out the car. But bravo!
Don't worry, Dan. We'll do a real reading at the end. Fuck it. Let's do next card.
So the next card
is this guy. We've got the two of swords. The two.
Ooh, that looks like I'm going to do some juggling.
It's great.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Like, look at the moon. Like, sorry to be like a tarot nerd, but look at that, all the glow coming off the moon, and it's beautiful. I'm single, by the way. Single. So just
with a baguette.
I'm not going to talk about the moon. That's cool. So this one is usually, because she's got like two swords and they're in opposite directions, that usually means that you've got like a decision to make. You're struggling to make a decision, but you're working out the pros and cons, but they're both equal. So you see like the swords are both sort of equal to each other. So you can both equally see both sides. And the woman is blindfolded. And we were actually discussing this earlier, as in she's blindfolded, but we don't know whether she's blindfolded because that she can't see what decision she should make, or that she's actually got the blindfold on because she doesn't want to make a decision.
Can I also just make a point about the moon?
Back to the moon.
Sorry, I really love the moon. As Diane knows, I do like to celebrate the full moon. As Sarah knows, we've celebrated the full moon together many times. I love the full moon.
Yeah.
But this guy's got a little crescent moon here. That when you see the moon appearing in a card, it often means that you can use your intuition. In this situation,
so a moon
and your
represents
psychic
your
powers and your intuition and like your divine feminine energy. Difficult. Have you got any decisions that are weighing on your mind, Diane, at the moment?
No, I think I'm definitely blindfolded. I mean, like my big decisions usually day to day are pancakes or porridge. Like they're very small decisions right now.
Yeah. How are you coping with lockdown and having to decide how to fill your time?
I've got a mad routine. So to be honest with you, it's kind of full of decisions. Like I'm actually, like as a comedian, usually I wouldn't get to bed much before 1 a.m., 2 a.m. But because, you know, we've all stopped our gigs, I'm waking up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm working out.
Sarah's freaking out about it.
Oh, yeah,
yes, I work out. Yes.
You pay in.
and you put them down, and then you pick them up again and put them down, and you do it ad infinitum until something hurts. It's fantastic.
Now, Diane, do you also mind if I just reveal that you have been, because Diane and I are friends in the real world, as well as on this show, Diane has been making jams. Now, this is when I started to worry about
Jams?
Jams.
Oh, I love a bit of jam.
Yeah, so is that part of self-care? I love this. I love jam.
Jen, self-care is vital in these weird times. True. I mean, everyone
Very
needs
true.
to work out and eat jam. I think that should be...
clarifier cards for Diane's decisions. Is this okay? We're going to pull a couple of cards, some clarifier
So we can
cards.
work out what it is that you're struggling to decide. So what you can usually do is you can put a card either side and see which one it is that you're trying to.
Shall I just draw the
work
top
out.
two from the deck?
Yeah, do it. Let's do it. Top two from the deck.
Okay, so we have got
Oh, the magician.
oh.
Oh God, I
What?
always get that card.
Which one?
Which one?
The heart with the three
Oh,
skulls in it.
oh,
Always.
It's the heartbreak card, though.
That
Um,
follows me around, mate. It follows me around.
I feel like in a lockdown situation, maybe I'm wrong here, but this is about either getting off your arse and making things happen for yourself, or just surrendering and just being sad about the situation with comedy and just letting your brain. Diane, I can see your boob. What's going on here?
You told me to get off my ass.
Oh,
But
I was really excited that we
I'm
were.
sorry, I turn into my mum when I'm on mute.
like, oh, make a decision,
Yeah.
and then she made the decision.
Well, I was
You
waiting.
made it
There's a
pretty
lot of
quickly.
perverts on the internet,
Yeah.
and I was just worried that Diane was so desperate to make things happen. She was just like, "Here you go.
Here we go. Let's just surrender to it."
Yeah.
The decision made.
Wow.
And you made it quite quickly, which I may say should be commended.
Do you think I'm right in this?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like. I mean, the thing is, if it's that she's torn between making a decision, then it's like she's torn between manifesting something that she wants and taking action.
Oh,
or
Esther Manito's coming in. We're going to get Esther on the show at some
Heartbreaker,
point.
yes.
Heartbreaker. Esther's very
I mean,
funny
you are
comedian.
a heartbreaker, Di. Let's be honest.
No, she's not. She's got a lovely husband.
No, because she's so beautiful. She's breaking
Yeah,
hearts
manifest
of
with
men.
this. Jen has described it better. Manifest with your amazing power or fall to grief.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So,
it.
Diane, what we're saying here is, can you just stop falling to grief, please? It's really becoming a problem. So manifest with your amazing power, because you've got all you need. Look, baby girl, you got all you need.
Love it. My halo's twisted.
What's that, baby?
My halo's twisted.
We've got, what's it called?
No, that's the infinity.
It's got a real name, though. It's got a real name, and I can't remember the damn name. It's
Everyone
got
would
like,
think we weren't professional.
I know.
So, should we do the last?
Let's draw the last card. So this
That
is
one.
it's this one here. Got the 10.
10 of Wands.
10 of Wands.
That hurts my back looking at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Burdens to bear.
So this is often to do with like your passions and your creative projects. When I see wands, I often see my comedy projects. So
Yes.
so this us doing Tarot Nice to Meet You would be a wand, because it's like your passions and your life force and like it's a fire energy card. It is called a lemniscat. I think it's a lemniscat. I thought maybe not a lemniscat. Lemniscat. Thank you, Jim, our producer. I didn't know what it meant.
I have never heard that
I
word in
knew
my
that
life.
because
I
I
can't
was-
even pronounce it.
I'm making a tarot spreadsheet. I haven't had sex for so long, and I'm making
Everyone
a
leaves
tarot
viewing.
spreadsheet. It's been a long
Talk about the
lockdown,
moon
and
again,
I've been
I know.
making. Yeah, I've just been talking about the moon and making spreadsheets about cards. I mean, I do need to get a fucking grip. Anyway, we've got aura. Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Good aura. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So what's happening is you've made
Yes, Jen, you're right.
because he's walking. Oh, I can't. It's all there.
Because
There's
you
this
can
little
see,
house.
yeah.
There's this little house. He's on his way home, isn't he? And he's got loads of stuff, and he's created it all himself, hasn't he? But he's just made too much. Like he's got a lot of responsibility because he's been so great, and it's the end of a cycle for this man. He's done loads, and he's got a lot of responsibilities going on. But he's nearly home.
Yeah, and that's the thing is because like as you can see, he's really close to home. It kind of means that the cycle is coming to an end, and it's coming to an end soon. So it seems really stressful, and there's a lot going
But
on.
also, this is a card. I think of this card as being like an achievement card. Like this fucker has carried a motherfucking bushel across a plane.
A bushel.
Have you ever carried a bushel, Diane?
What's your
And
favourite
how far?
bushel carrying?
Yes, I'm from Dorset. I'm
She's
from
very
Dorset.
thin and fast.
I've carried drunk. Oh yeah. I mean, I now carry drunk comics, but in building up to that, I lived in the countryside, so I've carried many a hay bale upon my back.
You carried a hay bale.
Yeah, they're quite spiky.
So this represents you.
So then that makes Okay.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
Sometimes they are literal.
Would you say, babe, that you're a responsible person? This guy's got lots of responsibilities. Would you say you're a responsible type?
Oh, yeah, really. Yeah, so
Totally.
that's
Yeah.
a good word, responsible, right? Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like wholly irresponsible that you would like to share with the group?
What?
Have you anything irresponsible you'd like to share with the group, Di?
I think possibly the most irresponsible thing that I will do. You know how when you're a comic, something will happen that is about, let's say it's this big in terms of time. So it's like this big. But then when you actually tell the story, because you have to edit it down when you do your stand-up, like this is different. Here you can chat, you can go around it a bit. But when you edit it down to a joke, it turns out to be like this big.
Yeah.
So I've got this whole section in one of my shows on YouTube about when I took MDMA, and
I never had you down for a drug taker, Diane.
My God, I didn't either.
I didn't have her down for a drug
in the country, no less.
Oh yes, a drug taker, never. Too far now, Diane.
We really need to let the guests
We need
more.
to
I
let-
mean, MDMA.
We can't just say any old druggie on the show, Sarah. Apparently we are.
We've obviously let our standards slip. Anyway, carry on.
Sorry, Diane.
thank you. Don't worry, I'll find somebody else in my crack alley and I'll wheel them in next time. So when I tried it, like what I had to miss out was you get this overwhelming sense of kind of, you've got to get involved in everything. You know, you kind of turn like into your mother times 10. And I saw this lady outside who was crying. And at first my husband is like, the lady doesn't exist. And I'm like, well, she better, because I've just rung the police. And he's like, babe, this is not the time to call the police. Don't call the police. You're very high. And I'm like, officer, there is a lady. She's crying. And the officer said, describe her. And apparently I said, she is the epitome of grief.
That bitch is a three of swords. Am I right? Boom! Did the
away.
I put it away. It's somewhere in the deck.
That was a really good joke.
It was really funny. Here it is. Let's do it again.
Do it again. Here we go.
That witch was the three of swords. God, this is so nerdy, bitch. I love it.
Yeah.
So, Diane, did the police come to help her?
She was real. She was real.
So it kept your husband, whose name I shan't mention, had he also taken MDMA and
Couldn't see her.
couldn't see the real woman?
Oh, I'm not going to comment on his activities. I'm only responsible for my own. And,
What a great PC answer there.
She's very good and tactful,
she's done
isn't
this
she?
before.
She's fucking done
Done
it.
this before.
What deniability for a druggy husband? My friends would have to say that he's a druggie.
mate, it's a very small cardboard box that we live in.
I know. No wonder she's been making
Well,
jam.
go out
bless
to
her
Crack
heart.
Alley and get some space.
Yeah, she
Oh my
needs.
God,
Yeah.
really?
Anyway.
Right, anyway, next segment, shall we?
Well, no, I think we should do Diane's full reading here.
Oh, sorry, we're going to, link the cards together.
I wonder if maybe this little lady here is, can you see this? Oh, that's so spacky. Here we go. There we go. So, there she is.
I mean, do you want to
could it be a decision between
those two cards?
between just taking all the burden on yourself for something that you're thinking about this week, or collaborating, sharing it with a colleague or a friend?
That's the thing that you can't work out, is whether you should carry on with the burden and all the stress of seeing it through to the end, or you would consider now collaborating with someone else, getting their expertise and advice involved, which would take off some of the burden. And that's what you're torn between, or will be torn between this week.
Do you know what? That does ring an actual bell.
I keep getting these right
We need to get a bell.
Yeah.
The tower bell's been
Get a
rung.
dong for next time we
I've got a big dong about this. Yeah. So
we haven't seen a big
I
dong
haven't
for
seen
a
a big
long
dong in
time.
ages. It's all fucking tiny.
my
Well,
big
dong.
dong is that I make these little videos for my YouTube channel, and I'm making a new one, but they always take me a long time because I like making them with sort of little effects. I got featured on BBC Radio Derby. It was great.
Yeah, finally, Derby's coming to its senses and recognising true talent.
Derby liked me. They feature in a hand job joke I did. Like everybody needs to see that. Yes. But the problem is that with the videos, it takes so long to make them. And YouTube, if you don't put out regular content, it kind of drops you a bit. So I was thinking of sharing that burden and trying to rope in a helper.
Yeah.
He's off. He's lying there. He's through a bin. He thinks he's found a needle. Yes.
Well, he's always trawling for bins and needles.
And in your own home, that's a bit,
Because we're in Crack Alley.
Needles. It's so.
So I'm thinking of sharing the load to try and get the videos done a bit quicker. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
we are really good.
Right, we've got a couple more things before we go, Diane. So our next round is something that we like to call Who's in the Freezer? Now, Sarah likes to bonding spells.
Yes, I do.
So what she does, and I've known Sarah for maybe a year before I found this out about her. When she wants to stop someone in their tracks and wants to bind them in
I basically want to stop them from doing harm to me and themselves.
Yeah, that sounds better than what I was about to say.
Yeah, it does. You were going to go full on.
She writes their name and puts it in the freezer in an ice cube. It's
something that my aunt actually taught me to do when I was 15 when she taught me tarot. So basically, you write someone's name down, and I just used to put it in the freezer. And then my sister-in-law told me that I should actually put it in an ice cube and freeze them in the ice cube. But then what I did is I was having guests over, so I decanted all the ice cubes into a tray of hate. And then I forgot about it. And then my mate was like, we were drunk halfway through the night, and she was like, "Oh, can I go and help myself to another drink?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, hon, go ahead." Not realizing she'd used the hate ice cubes in her drink. And then halfway through when it started to melt, she basically
just like Karen from HR, just appearing.
No, she swallowed Kelly from finance.
Oh, it was Kelly from.
It was it was quite. And then I was like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't work with Kelly anymore. I assume
I think you put a stop to that, didn't you, with your fucking
I think I did.
Hate
so it's not hate. It's basically stopping them in their tracks so they can't do any harm to you or others. It's definitely not hate.
Right.
So it is. Who would you like to put in the freezer this week?
Now, Diane, it can be anybody. It can be someone from your life. It can be someone from the news, a celebrity.
Anyone.
And
then we'll write their names down.
We'll put them in the freezer.
Fold it up and you freeze it.
Yeah, we're going to put them in the freezer for you, babe. So this is a big favour we're actually prepared to do for you.
Yes.
Yes. This is quite clear. I mean, oh my God. Do you know what? We have a thing actually where, when you watch the news and they keep bringing on formers, like they never bring on the current blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
That is good. Yeah.
We always get the former blah, 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 because it's like, well, now that I don't have that job, I'm going to tell you all the secrets about it.
Yes.
Personally, I would like to put that drunk comedian in the freezer.
Barry, you're getting fucking frozen now.
Barry, self-destructive.
No.
He's already put himself in the freezer.
Tune in.
Sorry, to find out how. No. Did you write Kelly from Finance in full, Sarah?
Yeah, so I write the full name out. So I put the name and the surname. And then if I freeze and it doesn't work, then I get my mum and my sister-in-law to do it as well. And then we all freeze them together. And then if that doesn't quite work.
Sorry, I meant to be I'm really snotted.
That's funny.
So would you like to write former Prime Minister?
Is it
Tony
a particular
Blair.
former Prime Minister Tony Blair? Or
I was going to go for him because when I saw that photo of those, I don't know what language restrictions you want on this, but when I saw together, like John Major, the greyest grey spitting image puppet we've ever had, and cheesy grin Tony Blair, who took us all to an illegal war, giving it all the big eye, and it was just like,
you'd like both.
I've had a proper think, and actually the person I want to put in the freezer is Vladimir Putin.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we can do that.
Oh, do you know what? I actually think Like, I was going to put someone in the freezer this week who made a mean comment on a local Facebook group. You've really gone big. Go big or go home.
We feel a bit silly now.
I'm going for like Dave from Beckenham. Fuck you, Dave, you massive wanker.
Oh, well, if I have to pick somebody small, Jan
next door.
Next door.
She's not next door. She's down that end of the street. She's a dick.
Jan from down the street.
Jan
Okay,
from
I
down
can
the
do
street.
it.
You
I
can
can
write
write
that.
it. Jan.
We'll do
from
it
down
after the show,
street.
and we'll let you know how it goes, babe. Is this a curse?
No,
No,
pick
first.
two
My
Vladimir.
mum taught me you don't want anything bad to happen to them. You freeze them from doing harm to you and
I
others.
thought Vladimir Putin, really.
Yeah, I
because
think he's
too
done
many
that
people have
already.
had that Novichok thing. Yeah.
So much. We need to freeze that shit. Okay, we're nearly wrapping it up now. But before we go, we wanted to give a chance for you, the audience. If you didn't hear us at the start, please do type in now. We're going to be answering a question of yours. If you have some advice that you'd like to ask the cards, maybe like, what should I do about my job? Should I
get that wart checked out?
Yeah, or should I let Kelly from finance put a face in my crotch with a cheese toasty?
Is she still working? We don't know.
We don't know.
Fuck
guys.
Jan. Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Esther. Fuck Jan.
Jan.
She's dead now.
Somebody keeps looking down the news.
We're obviously not doing that.
If you have any advice, what we're going to do is we're going to ask for Diane's input, and we're going to ask for the cards.
Yeah, so Diane's going to give her answer of what she thinks. Then we're going to ask the cards, and then we can see.
It can literally be as simple as like, what should I do tomorrow?
Yes. What sexual position is? Yeah. So what should I do tomorrow with my favourite sexual position?
What sexual position should I do tomorrow?
Have
we actually had any people asking anything whatsoever earlier in the chat?
No, everyone has been really commenting and enjoying it.
Really great.
So here we go. So Jen has asked, will I reach my next weight goal by the end of the month? Okay.
Well, the problem is Diane has to answer that with no knowledge of what your weight goal is there, Jen.
And your photo, you look very slim. So I'm thinking that, yes.
Hopefully your weight goal is to stuff your face.
To actually put on a lot of weight.
No, we can't answer this. Diane, what do you think, Di? I think, will she?
She's got 2 kg to go.
2 kilograms.
2 kilograms by the end of the month. So that is how many days is that? That's 2 weeks, so that's 1 kilogram a week.
That's quite a lot then.
And the thing is, because we use the cards for like advice, we'd be saying like, what can you do to help you lose the weight? We could do it that way.
Yeah.
I think you're going to definitely get rid of 1. I'd say maybe 1.5, and I think that's fantastic.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We could just write 1 kilogram in the freezer, Jen. We'll just put 1 kilogram in the freezer and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Let's ask the cards quickly. The best way for Jen to reach her goal weight by the end of the month. I always find this. We've had a jumping card, Jen.
Perfect.
We've had a jumping card. Oh, Jen, I don't want to show you this.
We shouldn't react that way. We're like, oh no,
Jen, you're fucked, Jen.
Sorry, Jen. I'm sorry, it's
5
no.
cups. You're going to be disappointed. No, not necessarily. You're going to be disappointed with whatever happens. But just remember, Jen, you've got those 2 little cups behind you. You've already come so far.
Yeah.
You've lost loads of weight. And also from your picture, you're fit as fuck. We both would.
Yeah.
Not going in the freezer.
No.
You're a beautiful woman. So you may feel disappointed, but there's nothing to be disappointed about.
Yeah,
boo.
because obviously like the person is looking at the cups that are fallen down, but if you look at the 2 cups that are still standing, that's basically just saying that you're focusing on like that you haven't lost that weight rather than really focusing on probably you've lost a lot of weight already.
It's going to enjoy it.
And you should enjoy what you've lost already.
Excellent. Well, I didn't think I'd be giving medical advice on show 1 yet.
Also, black is slimming.
What was it? Black is slimming. Yes. Oh, my sister is slimming.
That's what the card says.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just wear a black robe, and no one will notice what you weigh. A big black
and go for a nice walk in a field where there's no one else around.
Yeah,
no one
a
else
barren
landscape,
landscape, a horrible river, and a darkened sky. It doesn't bode well for the weather of the week ahead.
Really doesn't. Although, yes.
Okay, yeah. That was our little round Cards versus Humanity. Cards versus. I gave it a clever name, but really, we just want to help you guys in the way that only we know how, which is to ask the universe and not take personal responsibility.
You're welcome, Jen.
You're welcome, Jen. You're welcome to watch every single show. Please watch, Jen. You've been really fun. Diane, do you have anything that you would like to plug before we love and leave our new friends? You've got a brilliant YouTube channel. I've watched a lot of Diane's videos like a creep, and they are legit brilliant.
You're not.
Very funny. They're very funny.
Actually, they are very funny.
How can they find you?
If you just go to YouTube and type in Diane Spencer comedian, because if you do not put the word comedian at the end, you will get a lot of Princess Diana footage and have to scroll through it a bit. So yes, if you put Diane Spencer comedian, and my latest video is all about the new star sign Ophiuchus.
Which actually, I am an Ophiuchus, Diane.
Really?
Yeah. I'm an Ophiuchus. Diane sent me all the traits when she was doing her research for her video, saying, "Oh, there's a new star sign." I realised it was me, and one of the things is sexually magnetic. So, I mean, not true in my case, but we'll ignore that, Diane. We'll ignore that. Sarah, do you have anything you want to plug this week?
No. I am very busy. Like, if you want to book me for a gig, that would be great.
When will they update moon signs? Sarah, I'm going to buzz this.
Why are you buzzing this? You were the one talking about the moon earlier.
The moon and the
I
crescent
fucking
moon
love
and
the
intuition
moon,
and bring it up. Great, let's do a full moon
We
special.
actually do. We do spells mainly on the full moon. So I think when we get a chance to do this show and it's like a new moon or a full moon,
Oh, it's going to be a big
we'll
party.
do some proper candle magic and shit. And I'll tell
Yes.
you how I did some candle magic and it went hideously wrong.
There we go. Diane's burning a green candle. She's manifesting there, people. Before we go, I'm going to ask you, please follow me on Instagram. I'm at Carly Smallman. You're at Sarah Iles.
At Sarah Iles Comedy. I am.
Also, just quickly before we go, if you had a nice time watching the show and would like to donate to PayPal, has it been coming up across the bottom of the screen or is it at the top of the comments? I know that for sure. Our lovely producer Jim put it at the top of the comments. What we're going to be using it for, that will be basically to help to keep the show running. And if we get extra money,
More cards.
we're going to buy new decks. So if you want to see some cool new decks on the show, please bankroll it because we are comedians.
Make it
we
rain.
cannot apply. Make it rain! Make it rain! Make it rain!
You're so white. Oh,
Whitest I've
you were
ever-
whiter than me just then. You really were.
Yes.
I mean, I felt like that was such a diss coming from that white
Such
face. Such a diss.
I mean, we've got a slight tinge.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of our show. We are back every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Next week, we have the hilarious Wendy Wason, who is a brilliant comedian, joining us.
Yes.
And
thank you everyone for watching, and thanks for all the lovely comments as you've gone on.
You
Jane,
guys
you've been
are
fab.
great.
Thanks for participating, and Di, lovely to see you as always.
we love you, Di.
Enjoy Crack Halloween.
Love you too,
Yeah.
ladies.
Right, go and shoot up some skag, and we'll see you next time.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Tarot Nice to Meet You, which is produced by Comedy Hotspot. See you next Sunday at 7 p.m.